Welcome to Mark Trade's Volatility and Intro. About me. I maintain separate trading accounts for my investments, long-term tax-sheltered investments, my margin accounts, options, primarily short puts and spreads and wheel strategies, and stocks, trading stocks with shorter-term directional themes. I also have a Forex trading account. I have a semi-automated Forex trading system. Not really worth discussing here. And over time, I move profits from my higher risk accounts into my lower risk accounts and finally into my investments accounts. I keep my trading style separated. I find that keeps me honest. And not using investments to backstop leverage to trades is prudent. A history of my interest in trading. I've always been intrigued by the columns of symbols and numbers in the weekend papers. Seeing the stocks routinely move up and down 2% a week kept me thinking, if only I could figure out a way to time this. I was glued to those pages on the third weekend of October 1987. Some part of me kept trying to figure out the difference between realized and unrealized P&L, even if I couldn't quite figure out what that meant at the time. The markets were only down to a level of a few weeks ago. Not everyone sold. Did they really lose money? By the high school lunch bell on Monday, and with more clarity by Tuesday, I kept wondering how no one was talking about the trades on the other side of the losses. Surely the sales at the bottom were bought by someone. How are they faring? I kind of understood that it wasn't the exact opposite and that weren't people getting crazy rich, but still, there were people on the other side of those losses, and they presumably made money in the long run. After getting my first job with a little money in my pocket, it didn't take me long to figure out that between the wide spreads of the day and relatively slow movement of stocks, I either needed to be rich or to figure out leverage. That one took me a while. Briex got me thinking volatility itself was interesting. Those final days, surely it'll go to zero, but you could buy at 3 and sell at 9 twice a day. Do that twice and who cares if you're the bag holder at the end of the trade? After what feels like 1,000 false starts, I found a few trading styles that work for me. My Forex trading system is a mid-term mean reversion entry followed by a short-term trend following exit. I quite enjoy it. Doesn't do quite as well in this random geopolitical environment right now, so I've sort of turned that off for a while. My investment portfolio is as boring as any tax-sheltered account should be. Market-neutral trading strategies have a far more than enough pervasive knowledge already. I do them, I'm interested in them, but there are enough people training, teaching, showing off, providing signals, etc. on the market. I'm not going to provide anything of value by doing that. My interest in high volatility trades with some directional opinion is an area where I might have something unique to say. I don't want to provide trade signals or recommendations, but pointing out interesting places to look for opportunity is valuable. For any niche, there are many voices. Many times, who you pick to listen to comes down to a match between their presentation style and your learning style. I hope you find interest in my trading inspiration and my presentations. I'll be breaking my channel down into 3 themes. Firstly, a weekly high IV stocks to watch video. The first one was recently released. Which will be a brief market awareness overview, followed by 15 interesting trading symbols across 3 price ranges, under 50, between 50 and 100, and 100 plus. I'll try to get this video down to 20 to 30 minutes. Secondly, example trade strategies and plans, basically how-to videos. Example, putting on and managing a 45 DET 30 delta short put or short put spread, depending on the time. I use Interactive Broker's classic view. So I'll be starting off showing off that, showing off how I think about stocks and in trading view, and possibly looking at other trading platforms as time goes on. I will try to keep these under 15 minutes. Thirdly, Mark's thoughts. Current events, current market structure and behavior, portfolio management, anything else that catches my attention. I'll try to keep these 5 to 15 minutes. This video would fall into that category. And maybe one day a live stream Q&A style broadcast. I do love doing Q&A, but I need a much larger audience before I start doing that. But that's in the future. So in the meantime, I'll work on my videography and oration skills as we go. And always remember John Maynard Keynes' quote, "Markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Know your limits and trade within them." Thank you for your interest and enjoy the rest of your day.